always going to be on the same page. We know. And I'm worried about what the tariff talk could mean for Michigan, not just energy and supplies and housing and food, but it's going to impact us in unique and challenging ways if this continues to go the way it looks like the direction they're headed. But Michiganders elected both of us twice within 2 years of one another, and my duty is to all of you, not to myself, not to a political party, but to get things done for Michigan, and that's what's going to continue to drive my work. People in Michigan expect us to find common ground on lowering costs, creating good paying manufacturing jobs, boosting research and innovation, and cutting red tape. And on these issues, with your support, I know that we can be successful. Bipartisanship is not new for me. It's how I was raised. Like so many people in our state, I grew up in a split-ticket household. My dad, who served in Governor Milliken's cabinet as the Commerce Secretary, and my mom worked with Democratic Attorney General Frank Kelly. You probably heard me talk about it. I'll talk about it in groups like this. Most of you know who those two leaders are, but if I go on a campus, no one knows who the heck I'm talking about. Compromise is in our DNA, getting things done, rolling up our sleeves. As governor, I've worked with Republican-controlled legislature most of the time I've been governor, and I've signed more than 1,400 bipartisan bills, 1,000 of those which were passed during a completely Republican-controlled legislature. I believe the best way to get things done is by working together. And in 2025, that's not going to change. It's going to become more of a necessity than ever before. And I know that's how business gets done here in Northern Michigan. You're a great example of exactly that. When you see someone's car stuck on the side of the road, you don't ask how they voted in the last election. You just pull over, roll up your sleeves, and help. Things have been up and down. I think we've got a lot of work yet to do. The biggest monthly cost for families, though, is housing. We all know that. I was so happy to pull in and see all the housing development that's happening just across the street. I can see that happening all across the state of Michigan. Whether you're paying rent or you're paying a mortgage, it is hard. People feel the pressure, and according to Gallup, the number of Americans who say it's a good time to buy a house is at an all-time low. And I understand why. Mortgage rates are above 7%. Home prices have shot up 50% in the last 4 years alone. The median age of home buyers is 56. It's an all-time high. And just a quarter of homes sold in 2024 went to first-time buyers. That's at an all-time low. So these numbers paint a pretty clear picture of what we are seeing and hearing from our friends and families. Young people are having a really hard time when it comes to buying their first home. More are living with their parents for longer, just trying to save up money to compete with an older, wealthier pool of buyers. And this is especially impacting younger people, but single men in particular. As we start our lives and careers, we know that this population is falling behind, in large part because of the high cost of housing. Single men today make up just 8% of home buyers, compared to single women who make up 20%. Housing affordability impacts not just Michiganders who are trying to find homes, but local employers and communities feel that as well. Without a strong base of talent, businesses can't grow. Without a growing population, local governments can't get resources to plow snow or fix roads and improve schools. Housing hits everything. If we don't face the crisis head on, it's going to continue to hamstring our economy. So, what can we do? I operate in a world where we see pressures, but I think the most important question is, what can we do? According to our friends at the Michigan State Housing Development Authority, MSHDA, we're still short 141,000 units. So what we can do is we can build. Build, baby, build has been kind of our call to action in Lansing. After the 2008 housing crisis, we stopped building housing at the level that we needed for a decade. And we're still trying to catch up. So from 2008 to 18, we just were in a pause. Since I took office 6 years ago, we've really come a long way. Michigan has issued 120,000 housing permits, or building permits for homes. Michigan has had 2 straight record-breaking years funding projects all across the state. And just this week, they announced support for a number of things right here in your community. Orchard View Apartments in Traverse City, Flats on Bridge in Elk Rapids, LVD in Watersmeet, and Centennial Arms in Evert. Local governments, districts, and businesses have been doing their part too, including here in the city, where there are a lot of projects that are underway. Late last year, I was in Blair Township for the groundbreaking of 72 units of affordable housing for local teachers and school staff. And I want to recognize Senator John DeMoose and Representative Betsy Kafia for their support of this project, which came from the Office of Rural Prosperity. To make housing more affordable and accessible, we're all going to have to do this work together. We're going to have to be creative. We're going to have to harness resources. In 2024, we made the largest investment to build housing in Michigan history, $1.4 billion to build 10,000 units. In 2025, we'll keep going. We'll build thousands more and make it easier to start construction by cutting red tape so we can move faster. And I'll have more to say about this in my State of the State at the end of February. It's on the 26th, so I hope you will tune in. But today I want to make an announcement that gets right at the heart of the problem. Today I'm excited to announce the State of Michigan's new Employer-Assisted Housing Fund. This is backed by last year's balanced, bipartisan budget, and this fund will bring employers, local government, developers, and Michigan together to build housing for workers. We've already seen this model work very well in Southwest Michigan, where Whirlpool collaborated with government to build 80 affordable units for their employees and local first responders and teachers. There's a real need for this type of teamwork. We know that not every community is the same. Not every community has the same challenges or opportunities. For too long, we've created new jobs without building housing and making sure that the employees have places to live. Michigan's ratio of new housing units built to new jobs created is 1 to 14. Let that sink in for a minute. It's more than double the national average. In other words, we're creating jobs a lot faster than we're building housing. If we want people to move to communities for work, they need affordable places to call home. The Employer Assisting Housing Fund tackles this challenge head on. I could think of no better place to announce it than right here with all of you, many of Northern Michigan's leading employers. I know you share this priority, and I encourage you to, 1, use the new fund to build housing for your workforce. 2, voice your support to build more housing in Michigan when you're talking to your leaders and your representatives in Lansing. Together, we are up to this challenge and we can meet it head on, but we all need to partner in this. There's no politics involved here. This isn't just about the Michigan economy and the future for opportunity in every part of the state. Now I want to talk about one other big monthly expense for working families, and that's child care. Michigan families spend anywhere from $8,000 to $13,000 a year on child care. For the typical family, that's 15% of their take-home pay. For single-parent households, it's almost half of their take-home pay. Lack of access to quality, affordable child care costs our economy an estimated $3 billion a year. So linked closely to child care is pre-K. And while they're not the same thing, the positive impacts of both are very clear. Kids who attend high-quality child care and pre-K go on to graduate at higher rates, get better test scores, and earn more money. Their lifelong health and wealth is impacted by the investment in their early lives. At the same time, parents can save $10,000 a year and focus on their jobs knowing that their kids are safe and learning because of the work that we've done to make it more affordable. Now, there's no silver bullet in politics, but investing in our kids in their early years is about as close as it can get. Over the past 6 years, we've taken action on childcare and pre-K. We opened the Great Start Readiness Program, the nation's top-ranked pre-K program to all children, regardless of their family income. And the results really are pretty incredible. 45,000 kids have been enrolled, 4,000 more than just a year ago. We still have more space, and I encourage everyone with a 4-year-old to sign up and save that $10,000 a year. I encourage you to encourage your employees to do that if they've got a child who is of that age. Go to michigan.gov/pre-K for all to be able to get that going. On childcare, we've also opened or expanded more than 3,600 programs, creating nearly 37,000 new childcare seats for families. In northern Michigan alone, we can serve 1,000 more kids right now. If you are a childcare entrepreneur, there are more tools than ever before for you to expand or improve your facility, to grow your workforce so that you can serve more children. So you can go to michigan.gov/childcare for more information on that. Looking ahead, we must do more to get more children signed up, and I look forward to working across the aisle to get this done too. I know that everyone in this room is passionate about these issues because employers understand that childcare is foundational to our economy. If workers don't have a safe place for their kids during the day, they will work less or they will leave the workforce altogether and move somewhere else. A lot of two-parent households are stuck with a difficult choice. Do we both work and make more money so we can afford it, or does one of us stay home to take care of the kids? It's a choice that Michiganders should not ever have to make. You should be able to bring in more money so you can save for a house, for retirement, or send your child on to school, whether it's a trade school or a university after they graduate from high school. To prepare our high school graduates for success, we've also done a lot to lower the cost of job training and higher education. Every high school graduate can go to community college in Michigan right now for free. Most graduates can also save thousands of dollars a year at public or private universities with the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. In northern Michigan alone, 5,000 already have. And anyone 25 or older, so it's not just the 18-year-olds who are graduating, but anyone 25 or older can use the Michigan Reconnect to earn an associate's degree or skills certificate, tuition free. There are more options than ever for young people to get the skills they need to get a good job. These programs exist, and we want to help people navigate to get into them. In 2025, let's keep working to lower costs, set families up for success, and ensure that businesses have a pipeline for skilled talent and your employees have great places to live. Last but not least, and certainly not the end of our conversation, I want to talk a little bit about jobs. I believe that the best anti-poverty measure we can take as a state is a good paying job. We must do more to create in-demand, high-skilled jobs here in Michigan, in every part of the state. That's why I focus so heavily on economic development in my Road Ahead address that I gave at the auto show a few weeks ago. And that's why I'll continue prioritizing a comprehensive job creation package in 2025. I'll keep fighting for a bipartisan job fund to land big factories, a payroll tax cut to lower costs for businesses who hire Michiganders, better strategic site readiness to build stuff faster, and more investments in brownfield redevelopment for projects like the Marquette General Hospital revitalization that's happening just over the bridge, and to the left a little bit. All right, didn't want you to think I don't know the Michigan map, I do. We're in a global competition right now against other states and nations to lead the future of advanced manufacturing. If we want Michigan to win, we must make it easier to create jobs right here. I know that one size doesn't fit all. I know I've said it a couple of times, but it's very true. We need targeted regional solutions. You need to be driving what it looks like in your community. I know a lot about this community, but I don't call it my full-time home yet. One day I hope to. But that's why we established the Office of Rural Prosperity, or ORP. So I appointed Sarah Lucas from the Lake Superior Community Partnership as our director. She and her team have gotten a lot done over the last couple of years, helping local governments and businesses create jobs, rebuild downtowns, and make rural communities better places to live, work, invest, and build a life. The office's upcoming annual report will show that every dollar they've invested has led to nearly $8 of investment from outside sources. It extraordinary return, supporting projects across more than 40 rural communities. In other words, ORP's ROI is a BFD. Did you follow that? Okay. In the budget I'll propose next week, we're going to keep going. All of our work is paying off. We're not perfect, but we've got to continue to strive toward these mutual goals. We've got to be creative and work together. We are headed in the right direction because of our strategic, fiscally responsible management. We're a top 10 state for doing business according to CNBC for the second year in a row. Our rainy day fund is at an all-time high of $2 billion. Since 2020, our young adult population has increased, driven primarily by gains in the northern lower peninsula, right here. And just a few weeks ago, bipartisan economists shared that Michigan's financial picture is much stronger than was projected. And next week, I'll propose my 7th balanced budget to invest in our children, protect our communities, create more jobs, and build more housing. All of this progress is thanks to people like all of you, hardworking Michiganders who really care about their communities. By being here today, you're showing up for your neighbors, just like folks in northern Michigan have done for generations. Living up here is not for the faint of heart. We know winters are tough, but you don't shy away from tough challenges. You welcome them, you embrace them, and you just get better gear. We can all learn a lot from the strength and resilience of northern Michigan. But the most important lesson of all is universal to Michigan. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad gear. I love to talk about gear, you know this. We've been through a lot as a state over the last 6 years. Over the next 2 years, I will stay focused on making sure that we continue to prepare for whatever comes our way. We'll get through any challenges we face, so long as we face them down together, and build a brighter future for Michigan, all 83 counties. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great rest of your day.